What a good y'all should go here and back here and end the vlog. We is home. See by the title. Goodbye, yeah, let's get into it. Excuse me, not really sure when I send this video out, but it's more like a goodbye video, you know what I'm saying? Because why not? And it's funny because I wanted to do like you know what I'm saying, like a little meet and greet, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, so yeah, why not a video, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I obviously like you know many people, so how you call it? Might as well go in order, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have to go in order. Like that was the first trip. TNT, so you know what I'm saying. That was actually the first trip. Like started going since I was just little boy, you know what I'm saying. I would go in with my dad, you know what I'm saying. We would go in and leave mom home with my brother and my sister, and we both would go. And it would be dope. It's like in the front row, the second row, the third row, and then the math would continue. Yeah, a lot of many memories in the first trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we had rosary. They had the rosary was just like. Obviously they pray, but they do it a different way during the holiday. So what they do is they'll of course like so they have a list, and if your name on the list, people go to your house. Alright. So when everybody's obviously in your house, then you know people will talk whatever, and then they start the rosary, and then. At the end of the rosary, after everything's done, you know what I'm saying, the music would stop. So of course they would have like you know, people would bring the instrument. So the next night, you know, let's say it would be your house that they would do it. The next night you would have to take the instrument and all the rosary paper to the next person's house, you know what I'm saying? And it would go like that for 7 days. 7 nights, you know what I'm saying? And that would be dope, you know what I'm saying? Like, people was, it would just be like, entering people's houses just to sing and pray. And it would be nice, you know, to have different food, different, obviously like, background, you know what I'm saying? Especially like, it's like, the Hispanic, you know, cause they would do the Dominican, they would do the Ecuadorian, the Puerto Rican, the I guess Mexican, and so on and so on. So it would be dope. It would be really interesting. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know, the church and stuff was good. Many good people in the church. I remember, I think it was, I don't really remember the last time it actually ended. Well, I remember the last time I was in the mass there, but before that I don't remember. But the last time I was there in the mass, you know, participating, because I had to do like to take class, you had to I think after class you would have to you know join the mass. Oh, it would be before, my bad. Something like that, I don't remember. So I remember the last time I went to the masses, the teacher was just, obviously worried because, I wouldn't go back. So she'll be upset. And then, so, but no, I'll be good and I'll be fine. And then we just went from there. And yeah, that was, they had lots of good people who had, especially like older people that passed away. You know what I'm saying? I remember it was just, there's one lady I would say hello to after every match. It would be, I think, it would be, the director's wife's grandmother. And, she would always wait for me, in her seat, I could say hello. And, a really nice lady, obviously going to church with her family and stuff like that. And I remember I'm always on the phone with somebody, and they told her to know that she passed. My mom had told me about it. I mean, I like kind of thought it was her, but then I was thinking it was somebody else that we knew from the church. But then my mom was like, no, it was her. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's so. And this with this past year with the Sunday classes, the daughter of the lady was asking about my heart, asking about my dad and stuff like that. And I told her, the stories and stuff like that, how he would come into church. And I was gonna ask about the mom, but I just didn't want to like do it, just got, I didn't want her just like, being upset, just being sad, so I am. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I said, many people that, that was, past, we had a member in the first church would always like join the group, and I think like 2 years ago we passed, and I saw his wife recently. His wife was going to work, and she was totally relieved, because the guy would just be sick, and she would have to go see him or stay, and like appointments and stuff like that. So, to look good. So yeah, that's just the first tip. If I'm missing anything, like, yeah, I can remember one time we had a priest named Father Richard. We actually had 2. The second one I actually talking about. The first one really good. I'm not gonna lie. I remember for like confession, he did my first one. But the second Father Richard, he was funny. He was funny, like he was really looked to me. So yeah. And they had 2 Father Richards, and they had Father Antno, who passed away this week, and then they had Father Bruno. Father Bruno, he stayed because I guess he had some issues. So, and then yeah, all good people, all good. Father that goes in there, all good. Nothing like, and nothing too bad, You know what I'm saying? The bad part is just now that this father we have, he's just be taking vacations. But that's his business. That's his business. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now to the second church. Second church, same thing, like new people. I got there, I was like, oh snap. There's no people here. And I started doing a group and stuff like that, helping out, doing what I do. And yeah, it was, they was just, becoming an experience. You know what I'm saying? Just like working. I remember, I think like a year after, a couple of people joined the group of people. And yeah, many people been in and out of the group. There were many people more out than in. I'm saying like people moved out or they just stopped coming to church or whatever kid we do. I'm like, God damn. So, and yeah, just with the second church, a lot of new experience. I got to really do more than the first church, like really just do what I do. And yeah, it was pretty dope. And then I even 2018 with 2017 the one group decided to go like to Israel. So the 2018 I went. My mom. And boy, oh boy, what an experience there. Oh my God. What an experience. Then, we came back and then went from there. And then I think they did one in 2019 and then COVID hit, so they stopped. But yeah, it was crazy. And then about by 2021, something like that, or 22, once I finished high school. Well, before that, let me just I think 2019, 22, something like that. The youth group going on, directed by Malvin, and then he stopped. So he gave it to one of the kids that was going. Like a year later, 2 years later, something like that, and then he stopped. So then about like 2021 or 2022, something like that, there's a new youth group leader that took over. Well, she didn't take over. The part that had asked her she wanted to do it. She said sure. She did it. And man, oh man, it was it was pretty cool. It was pretty dope. It was interesting because people in the church just wouldn't go there, like young people, and it was plenty of people would go, but not all the time. However, the most people that was that I've seen that was there probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. I was 6 or 7, no more than that. But it'd be good. And yeah, it was crazy. So just within the last year we did it. Same thing, like in and out, people's in and out. We asked people to come, they didn't come. And then we continue, once the New Year's hit, we got a new location, many different activities and stuff like that. And, we went from there, we still sung, you know what I'm saying? And then that was that. And then, even with the Sunday classes, like, we're going in and going out, like, going in person and leaving out and going to the second church. Hey, it's like probably 2 days, probably 4, 5 days, something like that. Some of them obviously, I was sick, but most of them was just more like, I was just doing like, whatever kids we do. You know what I'm saying? But then every time I go there, hey, I just do my job, like stand in the corner, say good morning, and then I give out the attendance, and the minutes later, I ask the teacher they're good, and I do it round 2, and then there was that time where I would just sit down, cause I mean, why not? Or like just be nosy, listen to conversations that they have in the office. You know what I'm saying? And then once everybody's out of there, then I just take the rest. It's just a silly. Yeah. And it was pretty dope experience. Teachers did really nice, do their job, no trouble, no issues. I'm saying one teacher, she took like a day off because it was for her birthday, I remember. And I guess, since she's like older, like she like not irritated a lot, but she would have to take a break. So yeah, I'm gonna do round 2 because this is 16 minutes in and we're not trying to cut off. Peace out.